This is Barbara Moore for Catch Your Breath 60, and I appreciate everybody who's joining me today. Today I want to talk about the management of your breath, another video in the series. We have to learn to advocate for ourselves. We need to take control and manage our COPD and chronic illness. You know, it's not just those of us who are ill, who are feeling the decline of our lungs. As we start to age, we all feel a decline in our lung function. It's normal, and it's confusing for most of us. Things are happening now as we're aging and as our disease is progressing that we are not familiar with, and we don't really know how to handle it. Each of us is unique, and nobody knows us more than we do. Advocating for yourself at your doctor, with your family, with your social groups, makes a big difference in how you will be accepted and how you can change things. When we have episodes of shortness of breath, we must learn to recognize what is happening. By knowing the triggers that shortness of breath will bring us. Once we understand what is happening, we are better able to control it, to take control of it, to master how to overcome it. We need to plan carefully, but be flexible. Not all episodes of shortness of breath are going to end up the same way. We have to go a little bit slower. This is a really hard concept for people. They really have a problem with going slow when they get short of breath. And if you're like me, most of us speed up when we're short of breath or stop breathing completely, which exacerbates everything and makes it worse. We have to be willing to use the tools that we were given. So I've had a cold, it's a long cold. It is not COVID, but I've had a cold for over a month now. I went on my Z-Pack and I took my antibiotics and my steroids, but I wasn't willing to do it twice. So I had to fight this cold. And it's been since before Christmas, and I'm still fighting it, but I'm mastering it, and I'm using the tools that I was given. So in my house, I use my walker if I have to, and it helps me to get from one place to the other. My goal this year was to increase my activity around the house because I'm in the house so much in January and February. So I want to be more mobile in my house, and I want to participate in more things than I have been in the past. You know, I have a husband. He's my caregiver. He does a lot of stuff for me, but sometimes, you know, I just get lazy. And so when I find that when I go slow and I use the tools that were given to me, I am more able to get from point A to point B successfully. We have to remember to put chairs in our path so that if you're going from one part of the house to the next, if you're going up a set of stairs, have a chair at the beginning of the stairs and a chair at the bottom of the stairs. This works wonders in being able to walk downstairs, sit, and catch your breath. Then you can walk out the front door to the car or wherever you're going, and hopefully you'll have your walker with you. And if you need to, you can always turn it around and sit on it. Sitting is the preferred position to to obtain your shortness of breath and to regain your normal breathing pattern. Some days are better than others, and nobody can deny this. When we have cold and rain and snowy days, when we have high humidity, when it's very, very hot, these are days that we know are going to trigger bad episodes for us. So knowing that in advance and understanding that can help us to plan what we're going to do when episodes of shortness of breath happen. Do what you can every day without overdoing things. Plan your outings and know where you will be going and what it will look like. Know how you will get in and how you will get out, and how far is your destination from the entrance. Makes a big difference, because if your destination is a little ways from the entrance, take your walker, go in the front door, turn it around and sit down until you catch your breath. You will be better able to successfully get to your destination. I always look at the website in advance, because now everything has their website online. It's very easy to see it, and they usually have a picture of what it looks like out front and how you get into it, right? So that way I know if I'm going to a place where the destination is a long way from the entrance, I can sit and catch my breath. The minute you start to feel short of breath, you have to choose what you will do and how you will handle the episode. It's very important that we know in advance, that we have the education and the knowledge to recognize a shortness of breath episode and how to overcome it. Having this knowledge in advance will help you when the actual shortness of breath happens. And as we all know, it can happen in the darndest times. It doesn't always have to be when you go up the stairs. But what often happens to me is that I get up the stairs, I take 2 steps, and I could collapse. I'm so short of breath. Now, the problem with reacting to that is that you can't give up stairs. There's no way of getting past ever having stairs to go up. So in that case, knowing how to manage stairs and to get up and down stairs is very vitally important to us. Having a chair at the top of the stairs really helps us. And when you're walking up the stairs, you are planning on how you will sit and catch your breath before you proceed. Now, one of the problems with this is that when you get short of breath, you have to go to the bathroom. And everybody gets this, especially as shortness of breath episodes continue and get worse as your shortness of breath gets worse. So what we have to do is we have to plan on having a seat and catching our breath, keeping our thoughts positive. Positive self-talk is vitally important. I hear people saying to me all the time, I'm stupid, I shouldn't be doing this, I'm so stupid, I can't catch my breath. Talking negative to yourself or to others does not help. If somebody is talking negatively to you, tune them out. Acknowledge what is happening and why it is happening. So I walked up the stairs and I got short of breath. I knew that this was going to happen, and so I put a chair at the top of the stairs to alleviate the shortness of breath and let me catch up. Don't think about going to the bathroom. Take that right out of your mind and concentrate on a positive outcome. Position yourself and use pursed lip breathing. This is so good to be able to control that breath and bring you back to a state of calm. Distract yourself. Keeping anxiety at bay and giving your breathing a chance to catch up. There's nothing much we can do about the anxiety that comes with shortness of breath. There is no shame in talking to your doctor about your anxiety and finding some solutions with some medical solutions to help it. And if you need that, then you should go ahead and do it, because nobody is criticizing and nobody is or should be making judgments on what you decide to do. Some of the things that I do to help my shortness of breath is I count backwards. I close my eyes and I do visual imaginary scenes. So I picture myself on a sandy beach. In my case, I picture myself with my grandson. Using your five senses really helps. So we start with eyes, ears, nose, feel, and touch. Using these five senses really helps you to stay in the moment, to be in the moment, and to understand what is going on. This allows you to concentrate on something other than your shortness of breath. When you're concentrating on something in your mind that is positive, it helps you to get past that shortness of breath. And sometimes when I get in bed at night and I put my BiPAP on, I've got my oxygen, I've got my BiPAP on, I get extremely short of breath. And I find that just sitting there and just surfing on my phone really helps to bring my breath back to calm. Using mindfulness also keeps us aware of what is happening and allows us to reset our thinking. I did a couple of videos the last couple of weeks on managing the anxiety of shortness of breath. Take a look at those. Go over January's tea times and have a look at how you can help maintain your shortness of breath. This is Barbara Moore for Catch Your Breath 60.